Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We're here for our WCW Nitro live reaction. We'll be doing episodes 24 and 25. Yeah, episode 24 and 25 this episode.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, episode 24 and 25. Our last video was our WCW Super Brawl 1996 reaction. Wild pay per view, to say the least. I think every
Yep.
WCW pay per view is kind of wild. Uh,
Yeah.
But yeah, we got Ric Flair as the world champion again. So yeah, uh, I'm ready when you are.
All right. Let's press play.
All right, press play.
Just going right into it. No commercials this time.
Yeah, hopefully I don't get as many commercials as I did last week.
Well, if you do, just let me know. We'll pause the episode so you can catch
Yeah.
up. Won't be far behind.
Oh, gotta say, anyone watching, there were- Tampa, Florida. If anyone watching, if you guys like to watch along with us, you can watch along on Peacock. We're on WCW Nitro Season 2, Episode 7. On Peacock, they put it in seasons instead of like 96, 90 like years. They go by
Yeah.
seasons. We're on season 2, episode 7. The date of this episode, February 12th, 1996. So I'm pretty sure you can find this episode somewhere on a website if you don't have Peacock or on YouTube. But the best place to watch stuff like this is Peacock.
Yeah. You're in Tampa Bay tonight.
They should put like with all the names by the commentators, put a fourth name with the I don't know what his dog's name is, but
Pepe, I think. It's Pepe, I
yeah,
believe.
they should put a name for him. He's on there every week.
Right? He should get a credit.
Yeah, he should get a paycheck too. Well, Michael will be pocketing it probably.
Probably.
You got shades on?
Little
Or,
shades. Oh, that's adorable. I'm a sucker for dogs. I'm a sucker for dogs that are dressed up. I don't know. I'm just one of those human beings.
Speaking of dogs, my dog opened my door, and just staring at me. Did you hear me talking about dogs?
You must want to be a guest on the show.
Super Brawl 6. Yeah, this was the last pay per view we did.
It was actually a pretty fun pay per view.
I didn't really
Started
get
out
that
started
match.
out good slow.
It was supposed to be Brian Pillman and Kevin Sullivan, then it was Arn Anderson. And then there was no winner in the end.
Yeah, there was no winner.
They just made up. But they got what they wanted in the end. Or Ric Flair did at least.
Yeah, I think at this time Kevin Sullivan is the one booking everything.
This should have been the main event. Hogan and Savage and Flair.
Yeah, it should have been.
But the main event was Paul White or the Giant and Hulk Hogan. I could see why they did it because especially during this time period, Hogan was their big draw. But
Yeah,
storyline wise, I hate to say it, but Hogan's not better in ring than Hogan or Flair.
I agree. I was always more of a Macho Man fan anyway.
The only thing that really got Hogan over was his character and draw power. At least CM Punk can actually wrestle to back up it being a draw.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't even know how he would have gotten in the ring. That guy. He,
Loch Ness.
I don't even know how he would have gotten in the ring.
I forget what his name was in Britain because he used to wrestle all the time in Britain and I forget giant haystacks. That's what they used to call them.
The guy, the big kind of bigger guy, trying to get in the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know how he would have gotten in there. The door to the cage isn't that big.
yeah, he's a huge dude. That dude was big. He was just as tall as he was wide.
You got Hugh Morris. I believe that's what they said. Hugh Morris. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really curious to see what they do with the tag title. The Because we've seen it was two matches. It was the Road Warriors. I can't remember, and I know
Harlem Heat.
it was the Harlem Heat
Yeah,
and the Road Warriors, and then another one was the Road Warriors and I can't remember who they went against. There was two that one team wrestled back to back.
yeah. I'm trying to remember myself.
I know one the opening match was the Nasty Boys and Public Enemy, right?
Yeah, Public Enemy.
Got it right. Instead of calling on the Mean Street Posse all the time. This hope no. The main event on this show is Gordon Ropers. Thanks for watching. Who's in this episode? In this episode, the main I don't know if it's the main event, but the highlight match of this show is Arn Anderson and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
And then for the next episode, 25 is Ric Flair and Randy Savage. Uh, in the thumbnails, I try to put like 24 on this side, and or like the first episode on this side, and then another episode on that side.
yeah.
But
I see. I see what you mean.
but um, besides the two main, I don't know if these two the matches I put on the thumbnails the main event, but I feel like they were out of the matches they were the most high profile matches.
Yeah, of course.
But but besides those matches, we'll have to see. Right now, we're getting Randy Savage and Hugh Morris. Uh,
Savage just went after you, Morris.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get Sting either in this episode or the next episode, or Lex Luger because they're the current. Oh, yeah, it was Lex Luger and Sting versus the Road
Yeah,
Warriors, and then they
yeah.
went.
They won. Yeah.
And then the Road Warriors had to fight again against the Harlem Heat.
But Savage is pissed. He is not let up since the bell rung.
Dungeon of Doom must have not been around when the NWO formed. They probably overshadowed them.
Yeah.
How many WCW periods have you guys done? At least 4 or 5. We done at least four or
So
five. I know we
yeah,
did.
I would say about four.
I know we did Halloween Havoc. Did World War III. Uh, well, at least 4 or 3, maybe 5.
Oh, Humor is finally getting some offense in.
Yeah, I was surprised he's getting anything.
Yeah, because once that bell rung, Macho Man came out of there like a rocket.
Davis, are you guys excited for Punk's return? Uh, I you see my background. You probably know my answer, so I'll let Mr. Jacobs answer first.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, yes, because I think that he still has a lot more to offer, and no, because I don't want him to create any more drama that and I mean, he wasn't alone in the whole thing, but I mean, he kind of poured gas on the fire in a way, you know, and like I think if they just remain professional, do their jobs, they don't have to like each other. They don't have to like each other at all. Just go in there and do your job and make your money. I mean, you don't have to. act like a bunch of kids and fight and bite and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want any. I just don't want any more issues out of CM Punk. I mean, personally, I think that he's caused enough drama over the last couple of years in AEW. And like I said, it's not him by himself, but he kind of you know he didn't do anything to stop it. He kind of made it worse, you know. But I mean, that's just my opinion. Though, kind of yes and no.
Yeah, when he apparently his first match he wants to have when he comes back is him against Samoa Joe. Uh,
That'd be great.
apparently him and Jericho's had a meeting. It's said to go pretty well. Uh, so hopefully with the meeting with him and Jericho going well, that's a good. Well, obviously it's a good thing that it went well.
Yeah, and hopefully nothing else happens. Like the brawl and everything. Hopefully
Yeah.
none of that happens
I think,
anymore.
or at least I think they'll probably separate Punk and the Elite. I don't think they'll ever. Which I still think we'll probably get Kenny Omega and CM Punk. I still think that match is gonna happen. I don't know
It
when.
should. I mean, why not get something out of it? Why not get that match out of it? You know, I agree because I mean all this build up and you have to have a payoff. Eventually, you have to have Kenny and CM go at least once in the ring for at least one match, at least. You know,
And see, out of the whole brawl, as you call it, brawl out, CM Punk and Kenny Omega never had any problems in that whole thing. Uh, well, Ace still did, but if anyone knows what happened and all that, but CM Punk and Kenny Omega never had any problems. So
right? The
like,
main issues with Page and CM Punk.
yeah, I don't know what I know. A lot of it was probably the Young Bucks. Uh, I don't see. There's a lot of stuff we don't even know about what it like. Of
That's
course,
true.
of course, the fight, but what like everything surrounding it. I'm sure we will in a few years. Give it time, we'll know the full story.
Oh yeah, the tell all will be released.
I don't know when, but it'll be either Dark Side of the Ring or something.
It'll be a shoot interview.
Yeah, that's gonna make a lot of. That wasn't a match. Randy Savage. He got screwed out of that match because the referee
Yep.
counted three, and the match was supposed to be over, and then they rung the bell, and then like they had a screw job in WCW, and they didn't even. No one ever even knew it.
That was clear as day too.
I think
I mean,
when
that was an all right opener.
yeah, I got a commercial.
Yep, me too.
Dang it.
The Little
Yep.
Mermaid commercial, live action.
That's what I got.
I got that commercial, that beef jerky commercial with Bigfoot pissing in the bathroom. Oh, I can't believe they lit that on TV. That's hilarious. But yeah, urination's fine in commercials, but cursing isn't.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of custom on the commercials these days. I'm back whenever
Yep, so am I. Got the
WCW.
old commercial.
Yeah, I like seeing the old commercials.
Turns into Sting. That's some nostalgic stuff right there. I remember I would get WCW magazine, but I didn't have a subscription. So every now and then I would find a copy at like the corner store or like Walmart or something when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know. WWE doesn't even make magazines anymore.
No, they stopped doing that like in the I think late 2000s. That's when it all went online. That's when they all put it on their website.
Yeah, 'cause I know like the last magazine I got was in 2009 or 10, but I got out of wrestling in 2011, so I don't know when they. Like the only people that make was NASCAR. Like the only people that I know that make them is wrestling. Oh, what's the Pro Wrestling Insider? Like they'll have their
Yeah.
magazines. It's more or less an AEW magazine because
I think Wrestling
Wrestling
Observer
Observer.
he still does his,
It might be them
but
because I
they've
know
been
they do like the top 500.
yeah.
What about ECW? Uh, there's not any ECW in this episode, Gordon. I don't think. Or if you're meeting WECW,
Like what exactly do you mean, Gordon?
the we haven't done any a lot of ECW on this channel, like live reactions that is. But
Oh,
that
okay, live reactions of them.
yeah, I don't think we've done a lot of ECW, but that would be pretty cool to do ECW.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of early ECW actually.
Scotty Riggs. Oh, they changed his name from Scotty Riggs to Scott Riggs.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, leave in the comments what you mean by that, Corin. Because I'd really like to do some ECW.
Yeah, it'd be
Speaking of
fun.
ECW, we've had Sabu on here one time, so I definitely recommend going and check that out if you like ECW's stuff.
Oh yeah, that was one of our best interviews.
Yeah, like that was one of our first big interviews that we had on here. Probably one of our biggest, well, legend
Yeah.
wise. Another
I think
commercial.
anybody's top Sabu yet.
You have another commercial.
Yep.
Just get out of one.
Yes, they're
Uh,
both having commercials tonight.
Davis, I'm really excited for Punk to be back. I think he's ready to be back. Yeah, I think he is too. I see a lot
Yeah.
of pictures of Tim and FTR. Uh, there's one in April. They were in Los Angeles together, and they were like working out, and he looked really, really happy. So
Well, that's awesome.
yeah,
And
uh,
like I said, I mean, I really want to see him come back and do what he loves to do. I just don't want any more drama. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Hopefully, with the collision, if they do a South brand split or whatever they're gonna do, hopefully hopefully it cools down some egos on because Andrade, Sammy Guevara, Eddie Kingston, there's a lot of people. Like I know Moxley even said that he's never been in one place that had so much drama in it that like on All Access, Ruby Soho and Ty Conti, uh,
Oh man,
they hated
that was crazy.
they hated each other, and then oh my god, like they could really make a whole women's reality show like Total Divas if
Yeah,
they wanted to.
but that you bring up Ruby and Ty. You notice in the episode at the end of it all, they remained professional and got the job done.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
know. Ruby said if she would have injured, I don't believe Ty did it on purpose.
No, that was a total accident. If you watch it, it was a total
Yeah,
accident.
but they put on a good what was it? It was like Winter was coming, and they had another one on Rampage in that 2-on-2 lights out match.
Yeah,
Who? Yeah, that's the guy that we saw Super Brawl. That
my
guy's
Vince.
huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
Yeah, he would have not have fit in that cage door. In no way. He would have busted through it. Hey, not to be like, not to be mean or anything, but
That's the truth.
if anyone sees me turn off my camera, it's just me blowing my nose out. And I don't want to be gross on camera.
The
Go.
thing, oh, he dropped him and then landed on his legs. Oh my
That was a
god!
botch.
All that weight landed on his legs. That could not have felt good.
I would just give up.
And crazy
Yeah.
thing is, Loch Ness, the big dude, he is like super famous overseas. He was super famous, across the pond. He was
This
like,
dude, I wish
I
he would
guess
have.
you would compare him as like the Hulk Hogan of that time over there. He was that big.
I wish he would have. Well, he kicked. Well, never mind.
Jeez.
He kicked. He
Oh
kind of
man.
kicked out of that, but I guess not.
I'm sure his legs hurt because dude landed, he dropped him and then landed on his legs.
I think he slipped that first time he did that, and he hit his legs pretty hard.
He was the most graceful in the ring.
Crowd hates him. Eugene Oakland. Hospital bed.
They do. Oh god. I love how Mean Gene just plays it straight. No matter how silly it is, no matter how goofy it is, he remains professional.
Yeah, he.
Like, without a gurney, all right, that's happening. Without a stretcher, all right,
Uh,
that's happening.
I knew it. I knew he was on there.
I don't get the point of that. I don't see the
Not
I don't
really.
know why that point.
I
Why
knew
you
he had.
see that?
I don't
Uh,
really understand. I don't really get. I don't get the reason behind that.
he's the nature boy. He can do what he wants. Gotta admit, Elizabeth looks awesome.
I personally like Miss Elizabeth in WCW more than WWE.
Yeah, me too. You got to see more of her personality in WCW.
Yeah, I feel like, especially during this time period, like WCW was more real. Like it showed, it was just felt more real. Well, in '96 especially.
Yeah, because that's when I mean, because WCW they were the first ones to start doing that reality based type, storylines. This thing, this is one of the first times Elizabeth's gotten on the microphone and actually was able to say what she felt. It was actually kind of cool to watch at that time.
To me, I've never really heard her talk.
Exactly.
Like you rarely ever hear her talk.
And that was the whole thing about the Macho Man and Elizabeth and their whole storyline as it were is that Macho Man was always the type like you should be seen, not heard. like in old school WWF. If you notice, Macho Man would come out first, and Elizabeth would be dragging behind because he wanted to make sure that she was right there. He wouldn't, and he wasn't going to let her step in front because she'll be still in his spotlight in that time, and that was cool. That was kind of cool the way they did that, and like they had that heel, that kind of heel, you know, that kind of a heel twist to the Macho Man.
Yeah, got Conan next after this commercial break.
At least the commercials ain't that long.
Yeah, I remember last week I got a 3 minute commercial. That was the
Three
longest.
minutes.
Yeah, that was the longest I've ever gotten.
There's
Like
no
three,
reason why a commercial break should be 3 minutes.
like 3 minutes worth of all kinds of different commercials.
And no option to skip them or nothing.
Nope. That yeah.
The encore presentation. So I remember back in the day that, or whenever they would show pay-per-views, they would do it for that Sunday night, and like after that, you would have to wait to watch it, and like you would have to order it another day, like you had to order like that Tuesday or something after that Nitro, and like that's the main reason why a lot of times back then you would see stills of the pay per view. You wouldn't see like any action, like any video of it, any footage of it. You would see like stills from the pay per view because they felt like if people saw the highlights on the show, they wouldn't want to order the pay per view, so they would make them still like still images of what happened the night before, and then that would kind of entice people to want to buy the pay per view, if they haven't seen the pay per view.
That's what WWE does these days. If you watch like after or before pay per view, especially WrestleMania, normally
Yeah,
a lot of pay per views, but especially after WrestleMania, like they'll show a montage of all kinds of pictures. Like, it won't like WWE used to show like after a pay per view, like the biggest match, like for example, Jeff Hardy and CM Punk. The very
yeah,
next week, they would show like a full highlight thing of the whole match. Uh, but now they'll show like you said, just like like little uh clips of pictures of
steals.
yeah
Yeah,
stills of each match. Uh, so that you have to go and either buy it or like yeah you have to buy it to actually
yeah,
see the full thing.
yeah. I mean, it's if you think about it, it's a pretty smart strategy as far as business. Like, I mean, like you give them a preview of what happened, and like instead of just giving them highlights, because the majority of the time, if you see highlights, you're good. You don't have to see the pay per view if you saw the highlights, you know. But like with that, with them just showing the stills, that gives the fans more incentive to say, hey, well, that happened. I got to see this. I'm gonna have to buy it.
No, no commercial. Come
Yep.
on, come on. I've never had
Right
the,
into another one.
I never had commercials like that back to back.
That didn't even take long at all. It was
Uh-uh.
pretty much back to back.
Yeah, we didn't get past the match, did we? Like
No,
this.
nothing really happened
Golly.
except for Conan coming to the ring. I think.
Basically just entrances because I know we got Conan going against someone. Here we go. We're back. We got Conan.
Who is this dude in the?
Mean Mark. I don't know.
It says danger. Does it say danger or dangerous? I kid you not, dude. He looks like you remember like playing like 2K like 2K15 or 2K16, 17, or 18, and like whenever you would create a character, and it would tell you and you had the option to like have a random character pop up.
Limit
He looks
tight.
like something. He looks like a created
Yeah.
character that was just randomized.
Yeah, I remember they used to have lots of tights like those tights. Golly, so match even I don't think the match even started.
That's a
Oh,
dangerous mullet.
oh!
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, he caught
Oh
him.
my God.
He'd have broke his neck if he wouldn't have caught him in
Yeah,
time.
he would have straight up broke his neck.
That was great movement by Conan.
He saved his ass right there.
Saved his life. Oh, basically,
He looks like an Armstrong, but I don't think he's an Armstrong.
yeah. Conan's about to. There's no way Conan's not winning this. It's really cool seeing Conan wrestle, especially like who's like that. He makes it look easy.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever seeing Conan like this. Like my like live stuff of seeing Conan was in TNA. He wasn't doing stuff like this anymore.
Yeah, this was like back in his younger days when he can actually move around in the ring.
I know in TNA he could move around, but not like this.
Yeah.
I remember it was R Truth, BG James or O Dog, and Conan. I don't know,
Oh
I
yeah.
forget what they called them, but I like them as a all three of them as a team. They were really cool.
Yeah, Conan's been all lucha libre this match.
Yeah, he was in AEW one time or a few times. He was in the uh, in the second what was it the Stadium Stampede match. He was in the second one, and he did a promo against Tully Blanchard.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh,
looks like that would
that's a
hurt.
nice leg lock. I'm not
Uh,
sure that's the Indian leg lock or I forget what they call that.
George. Well,
Steinbrenner.
what a name. Uh, Davis. Ric Flair could cut a pro on anyone. I feel like Ric Flair would be the one to practice his promos on a mirror and just look into the mirror and just talk about someone and just start going crazy, like practicing promos.
I think you put a broom in front of Ric Flair, he can cut a promo on it.
Mhm. Probably, probably this day.
Oh, it's twisting the ankle. That looks like it hurts.
Mhm.
Oh, he's chopping the hell out of him.
No, I got some offense. Whoever this guy is.
This match is longer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I thought this match would be over by now.
Jobbers usually don't last this long. What was that? Did
What the heck?
he just flopped on the
No.
ground and kicked him.
Well,
I don't. Okay, whatever. I don't know what that was, but it worked. I think he was trying to do something else.
I don't know. If this danger guy should be in the ring. He looks a little bit dangerous.
That gear is dangerously loud. He's setting up for the Hurricane Rana. Oh, he reversed it. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that was a good finish.
That was pretty good. Reversed into a power bomb off the top rope. That was pretty nice.
My froze up.
Oh, get the main event next. Man, that was not a bad match though. I mean, I forget how quick Conan was back then. I mean, he was pretty damn fast. I mean, I noticed, and the thing is, I noticed something I never noticed before on the back of his tights. He had AAA on the back of his tights, which is pretty cool.
During a commercial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm on. Yeah, we both got commercials.
the internet match was really cool. I thought Conan's that finish by Conan was really cool. A real simple finish too.
Yeah, it was very simple, and
I
the
think
match was
Conan.
given more time than I thought it was going to be given.
Yeah, I thought that match would have been at least 5 to 7 minutes, but it went at least 10 or 13 minutes.
Yeah,
But
it's a
Conan,
decent match.
I think Conan carried that match.
Oh yeah, totally.
That guy would have broken his neck if it wasn't for Conan.
Yeah, for
On
real. I mean, dude, he almost landed on his head, right on his head.
yeah, if Conan wouldn't luckily caught him, that'd have been it.
Yeah,
Arn Anderson and Hulk Hogan. Conan was one of my favorite in WCW. Smoking Guns. That's, I like Conan. He nowadays he says a lot of questionable stuff, but uh, as a wrestler, in ring wise, he was probably one of the best cruiserweights back in WCW during this time period.
oh, definitely. He was probably one of the top. Yeah,
WCW was I feel like they put cruiser. Well, I should say ECW, but I feel like WCW just made them. It got known in WCW because they were a little bit bigger than ECW, but technically
yeah,
ECW did it like they did it first, but
yeah.
WCW gets the credit because they were bigger. Uh, P Dog, thanks for watching, P Dog.
Yeah,
Uh,
appreciate it.
Quarter main event. Yeah, main event for this episode at least. Uh,
Yeah.
Hogan's got an eye patch on again.
Selling that injury, brother.
He sells everything. Unless someone, I remember at one time he actually had a black eye, didn't he, at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say he said he was in I think it was like a boating accident or something. But I've always liked to believe that Macho Man punched him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Anderson was so offended at him throwing his rag at him. So what the hell was that? Look at Arn milking it. He is milking that crowd.
Oh, that's how you do. That's how you wrestle. What the heck?
Oh man, Hogan looks so goofy selling with that over his eye.
Ooh, that was good. And of course, he doesn't sell it.
Of course not.
Of course, he sells your clothes on him.
Right. Oh, Arn Anderson tossed to the outside. Hogan's going after him. Is the ref gonna start counting?
They're just following him. What's this? Come out.
um, oh, now he starts counting, and then he stops again. He went to two and stopped counting. He just shouldn't the ref be counting? He's just I swear the refs back then, man. I swear. Oh, he's counting. Is he counting now? He gets
Yeah,
back in the ring and starts counting.
yeah. I don't know. He's count. Well, yeah, he's counting. Yep.
Yeah, he's counting now. Then it gets back. He stops
Stay.
counting. It gets back. I don't get these. I don't get the referees back then.
Doing
He
more.
started counting, then he stopped, got out, jumped back in, started counting again. Like he restarted his own count.
I've Yeah, I don't know if he knows what he's doing.
What is he doing?
Hey, Hogan's cheating.
Yeah, Hogan is cheating. He just, you see how convenient it was for the ref to have his back turned. And I
Oh
don't think he
yeah.
was even talking to anybody. He was just pointing at the corner.
Hogan's dominated this whole match.
Pretty much.
And the only way Arn Anderson's gonna win this is unless Ric Flair comes out or some type of shenanigans or something. Normally in a match, Hogan gets whooped, and then at the end he comes back and wins.
Yeah, he'll start hulking up.
Cheating again.
Hogan doing some heelish moves tonight.
He turned on Hulkamania ended way before he actually ended it.
Yeah, that's true.
Clothesline.
Right? Damn, Arn sold the hell out of that one. Oh, now the ref wants to start calling some rules. Oh, that was a nice back elbow.
Arn Anderson's
Nah,
wasting too
don't
much
go
time.
there.
Wasting too much time.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw him out of the ring or oh, that
Oh,
was
jeez. Racked him. I'm not sure why Arn Anderson and Ric Flair keep going to that top rope. It never works out for them. It never does. I don't get. I don't get why they've always done it. Oh well, the fans looking at. Oh, Rick comes out with Elizabeth. Should have known he was gonna come out.
Yep, I knew he was going to come out. Like the only way Arn Anderson's going to win is unless because in this whole match Hogan's dominated.
Yeah. Now Ric Flair's out there. There's a pretty good chance Arn can win it.
Ooh,
Oh, beautiful spine buster.
he has one of
I've
the best
always
spine
loved his
busters.
spine. Yeah, I agree.
Even
I was gonna say
even to this day, he can still do a good power driver. I mean, a
has
good
that nice has that nice snap to it.
wasn't
He
it's not a
kicked
power.
out
What's the movie does? It's not a power driver. It's a
spine buster.
spine buster. I don't know why I said power driver. Yeah,
There he goes. Is that? Oh my God! Is that woman screaming again?
not again.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah, that's what we had to deal with last time. And I skipped the whole segment because of it.
Yeah, I remember
I
that.
remember that. Yeah, I skipped the whole thing. No, you cannot do.
Oh my God!
Don't ever. Oh, Flair's getting pissed. The
Flair is mad.
only person who's allowed to do that is Jay Lethal besides Ric
Well,
Flair.
yeah,
Figure
that's the
four.
ugliest figure four. You see,
I'm
I
not how
did
you
that.
do it. He's gonna tap, isn't he? Or is
Oh,
it Ric Flair
Flair's
gonna?
gonna. He has Flair rolled up in a small package.
It's not gonna matter.
I'm not sure why he did that. He's not in the match.
Where's
What's
she
woman
got?
doing? The
Powder
power.
again. Is it gonna work this time, or is it gonna backfire again like it did last time?
So
Hogan's
you
kind
telling
of.
me Hulk cannot see that excess powder in the air?
Oh, she got him good.
Oh,
That's
right in the face. That got him good.
what does he
Oh, and
got?
arm
Belt
with the shoe.
or the shoe?
That's a boot. Oh, clocked him. That's it. That should be it.
One, two. No, Hogan
I
can.
knew it. I told you. Arnold's out there. Hogan is losing.
Yeah,
Where Flair's out there. I mean, that was well done. Actually, that was a well done distraction.
yeah. It was a lot better than the pay per view. Which it's kind of hard to throw powder in someone's face through a cage door, like to a cage.
Yeah.
But that was well done. The finish. Uh, is her name woman? Is it woman or Nancy Benoit?
Both.
Uh, well, damn it. Of course he gets back up.
Of course.
You're supposed. I
We
wouldn't
gotta
sell
send him
any of
home.
that.
We
I
gotta
wouldn't.
send him home happy, brother.
I wouldn't.
Everybody wants to see Hulk Hogan on top, brother.
He didn't even sell any of that powder.
Barely. He sold the boot more than he sold the powder.
'Cause Randy Savage. I wouldn't sell a lot of stuff that Hogan does. He's gonna hit Hogan, isn't he? Never mind.
Oh, I was expecting him to hit Hogan too.
Yeah, he's gonna get out of the way and hit Hogan. And then we'll have to do all this again. That brother, I didn't hit you. Look on the camera. You'll see for yourself. And then he never looks on the camera. And then, oh, is he
Uh-oh.
Flair back on the mic or the
Flair's
headset
hijacking the booth.
again? Hello. You didn't scare the whole commentary booth off, except
Ric
Bobby
Flair
Heenan.
is a lunatic, and I love it.
He broke the headset again.
Yeah, he broke it. It's
He
on
he
a
breaks
piece.
he breaks that
He's
thing.
still wearing it.
He breaks it every time. Like the last time he did this, he broke it. Was he going up
Those
there?
aren't cheap either.
Oh, oh, he's gonna hit Bobby Heenan.
I remember back then. This was pretty cool when they stormed the commentary desk, and they put the headphones on, looked right into the camera. I always thought that was pretty cool.
I'm sorry, it broke.
Because you never got that in WWF. They didn't do that in WWF. WCW
Mm.
was the only place I saw them do that, where they would storm the commentary table and look the camera dead in the eye and address whoever they're facing or whoever they're in a beef with. It was pretty cool for the time. Yeah. And the funny thing is, man, I can listen to the Macho Man read the phone book, but after a while, Hulk Hogan, his voice just gets annoying.
I know. I'm already. Luckily, we're about this episode's about to be over. I'm just tired of the same matchups. Well, it's really just Hogan's matchups. Really, it's not
Yeah,
really. I could watch Savage and Flair again. He's in this world title picture where he doesn't even belong. He's got.
yeah, that's true. But it's in the contract, brother. He has to be around the gold.
I just pay him off and save my money for Bret Hart when his contract expired. But
All
that's the
right,
end of
go on
that
to the
episode.
next episode.
That episode was pretty good.
Yeah,
Episode 25, Nitro.
it's good. It's going right into it. No commercial.
Where are they going to be at this week? They were in Tampa, Florida, the last episode.
Oh, Maryland.
Ooh,
You
that's
said
cool.
Baltimore? Oh, Salisbury, Maryland. Okay, I thought you said Baltimore.
They have the best pyro. I love what the WCW like logo thing in the middle of the C, the pyro. And that was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That's where a lot of their budget went was the pyro.
It's kind of crazy that if it wasn't for WCW, there may have not been pyro in wrestling
That's pretty true.
because WWE just copied WCW. They didn't do any of that. Not that I remember. I mean,
I
I don't
mean,
know.
for special occasions, like they wouldn't do. Thing is, the only time you would see like pyro back then on WWF television was if it was a pay per view or something like that. You wouldn't see it like on Monday Night Raw. Or you wouldn't see it like in like the earlier days of WWF. And like after the whole Attitude Era became a thing, they put more budget into the presentation of it all, and which meant more pyro, bigger pyro. And I mean, you started seeing Nitro and and Raw kind of competing for the best pyro too. You know,
Yeah, I know. Like WCW does it every show, every show they do pyro. Uh, but the Titantron thing, WCW copied that because WWE
yeah,
they started the whole the Titantron. And then WCW when they changed their logo and everything, that's when they
that was a
did that.
Vince Russo thing.
Yeah,
Because
it makes you
because he got there, he pretty much made Nitro look like Raw as far as stage and everything. He had the big Titantron, had the huge lighting setup and all that stuff.
makes you wonder what he was behind. What was his goal?
Exactly.
I mean, I could see him being a spy from WWE, from WWE to
Yeah,
go into
same.
WCW and ruin everything.
Yeah, to take it out from within.
Oh, goes a
It's,
tape.
it's been a lot of conspiracy theories based on that.
I'll be right back. I gotta.
All right. But yeah, there's a lot of different conspiracy theories based around Vince Russo, planning this mastermind, Vince Russo and Vince McMahon and all them masterminding the takedown of WCW. But I really don't believe all that stuff personally. I don't think Vince Russo helped WCW at the end times because after a while he left WCW at the end of it all. But I don't think he was like the main contributing factor to its demise. I think the people that took over that bought the whole thing out. I forget if it was AOL. I think it was AOL. I forget, but they didn't want wrestling, so WCW had to go, and that's when Vince McMahon. And that's when well he wasn't the first one to step in and try to buy it, but he was the one that succeeded in buying WCW and uh, pretty much doing what you would do if you bought any kind of property. You tear it down or you do some renovating, and that's exactly what Vince did. He cleaned house, tore it down, and kind of rebuilt it into his own image. Real Hogan with the knee. I'm actually surprised this is the first match in the show. Seeing us out there in the main event of the last show. Hogan chugging and biting. See, he's been doing that heelish stuff lately.
They're doing this match again.
Yeah.
We just got through with that. Thought I was done with Hulk Hogan for a little bit. Oh, really? At least it's the first match, and then he won't be in the. Hopefully, he won't be in the main event. I think
Hopefully.
Hogan's gonna win this one. I have a feeling he's gonna win this one. He's not gonna. There's
Well,
no
there's
way
no
they're gonna.
distractions.
If Ric Flair doesn't come out or anyone. Personally, I'm going for Arn Anderson, but
Yeah, same here.
yeah, a lot of stuff I don't know who wins. That's the fun part about it. I don't know who wins most of these.
see, going back and watching again, I forget a lot of the finishes, so it's kind of brand new to me all over again. Because I mean, watching it live back then, I was probably like 14, 13 years old or so.
Yeah. Gordon, WCW was best live television. Yeah, I remember yeah, Bishop talking about it at that. Basically, WCW created live television weekly. They were like the only like WWE was live one week, taped the next, live one week, taped
Yeah,
the next. Like WCW Nitro was live every week. Nothing was taped.
and that I mean that was a huge benefit to them too, being live each week. It was a huge benefit. There are times when it backfired, but it was still it still benefited WCW to go live each week because they had fresh content. It was literally fresh content that you could see each week, and it wasn't taped. Now, as a kid, I don't know the difference between live and taped. At the time, I didn't care, but I mean, over time, I mean, you learn about how TV works, how how it all comes together, and it's pretty fascinating to think about it. I mean, having live content each week, keeping it fresh. It's fascinating how they do it. Arn Anderson looks gassed. The same referee too. I don't know if that was a botch or what, but Hogan sold it anyway. The Loch Ness Monster. And I totally forgot he was a member of the Dungeon of Doom too. I totally forgot Loch Ness was a member of the Dungeon of Doom. They barely ever mention it. They barely ever mention it when he comes out.
Sorry about that.
Now you're good.
Hogan was mad that
You see them running right into the corner.
that they just there was no Irish whipping the dad at all.
Oh,
Hogan's just making. Oh, that was damn.
I gotta admit that was pretty cool. How he,
It made Hogan look like a fool for a second. Then he ended up making Arn. If I was on Anderson, I'd be embarrassed. Big boot, leg drop, wasting time.
there goes woman screaming.
Just stop the screaming, woman.
Oh my god, he does the ugliest figure four.
That 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 move doesn't belong to him. That's
That's
why
what I'm
he should.
saying. He's doing those
That's not
heelish,
how.
doing that heelish stuff.
That doesn't look right. Is Ric Flair coming out? Oh, Macho Man.
Macho Man, the Taskmaster.
No winner of the match.
There's no winner.
I'm glad the match was over. Yeah, it actually was a pretty decent match, though.
Yeah, up until the end.
Yeah, that's normally every Hogan match. Uh,
Pretty much. You're not gonna pin him, so DQ.
but about the live television stuff, I said Raw was like live one week, tape the next, live one week, tape the next. Like the reason WCW was so big in ratings was because they were always live every week. I know like back then there was no dirt sheets like there is today, but
Yeah.
Um, Back then, you have to watch. Like, if you want to, like, somehow you could get results from Raw if you were like if you attended there,
Yeah.
and those people that attended told their friends, and then they told their friends, and they told their friends, and then it just gets out. But WCW live every week, like like there is no spoilers, like live every Monday night, and then
Yeah. It's where you have to watch.
then WWE had to stop their like basically WCW made them change their whole formula of their product, their taping schedule, everything they forced them to change.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much changed the business. They changed it
You
all.
know, it created live television on a whole nother level for wrestling, at least. Got
I
another.
mean, you think nowadays. I mean, sure, we take live TV for granted, but at the time, them doing it live was huge. It was a
Yeah,
big deal. A
because back
huge.
then, because back then the only live stuff was sports stuff. Back then, like football games.
Yeah. Right.
Like today, we have a lot of live stuff. Like not just wrestling. Um, I like live television the best. I mean,
Because anything can happen.
yeah. I mean, some things taped are good, uh, but I prefer live over taped.
Oh, what happened there? You see the camera cut?
Yeah, it did that once before in this episode or the last episode. Alex Wright. What the heck? Must be storming during this episode.
Must have been.
I haven't seen some green, some yellow.
Yeah, they changed up Loch Ness's music because I remember you had different music. And Rey Mysterio used to use the same theme song as Loch Ness.
I would have to be Alex Wright too.
Oh
I like
man.
Alex Wright. I like Alex Wright, and they're gonna job him out in this match.
Yeah.
Another commercial. We just came back. We're in commercial break. Uh,
They're
Gordon,
back to back.
Alex Wright. Yeah, I like Alex Wright. Very underrated. I agree. He didn't
Yeah,
get
totally.
he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. Like to this day. Um, Davis, will there be an ROH reaction this week? There should be. I'll be here where I'm at currently, so my internet connection's a lot better when I'm where I'm like my main place. So most likely there will be, and possibly tonight or tomorrow, the our or my AEW House Rules Corbin Kentucky vlog will be out. Um, a lot of people in the all elite zone. Besides, it's a vlog. I'm mostly in it, but uh, there is a lot of I created ways that other people in the podcast, other members, were able to be in it as well. So yeah, it's a really cool vlog. I'm not gonna say well if you follow my socials, you know who I met there. Well, during the weekend, but
Yeah.
if you don't know, I'm not gonna say it. So you'll watch. Um, but yeah, a lot of other people in the All Elite Zone podcast is in the vlog besides myself. But that'll be out pretty soon as well.
Awesome. Subscribe if you haven't, people.
Yeah, but 34, 500 is the goal by the end of the year. Got a long ways to go, but we started out the year with 300, and we gained 34 subscribers this whole year. So
Awesome, man.
Alex Wright doesn't. He seems like he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do in this type of match. He doesn't know where his spot's supposed to be. Like where, like he's not used to having to go against someone.
That big. Yeah.
Like like he's bigger than the like Paul White's taller, but he's bigger.
Yeah, much, much bigger.
I would just go ahead and tap out. Well, leg drop.
He's giving it the old college try.
He was like a college student. Alex Wright.
Yeah, he does.
What was the guy's name? Christopher Nowinski in WWE.
Yeah, Christopher Nowinski. He went to Harvard, I believe.
Yeah,
That was his thing.
he had a really cool heel character. He never
I
won
liked it.
he never won anything really, but uh, I believe he had to retire because of neck issues or something.
Yeah,
Like
that and then that and his head.
I believe he became a doctor. I could be wrong, but I heard something that he became a doctor or something.
I know he's on the board for CTE. I know he's on the board for that.
Yeah, but I know he
Um,
something with medical stuff he does nowadays. I don't want to see that match, Hogan and no, I'm good. I don't want another remake of Hogan and Giant. No, I was like the Giant and this guy would be pretty cool to see. Just like
yeah,
how they would match up. He looks like the Undertaker, just
a little bit.
in the face a little bit. I just noticed that Jimmy Hart's suit and tie is glowing. Jimmy Hart's never had a bad outfit. I don't think.
No, they've always been pretty cool.
Every time I meet him, I've met him lots of times. Uh, I'm in Memphis, close to Memphis, Tennessee, so I've had the privilege of meeting him quite a few times.
Oh, that's cool. He never wears the same suit twice. I know that about
No, he wears like he wears one suit at least once a year. Like he has so many suits.
him.
But I remember one time I met him with like the famous one, the pink and white. My favorite one it's blue and yellow. It was really cool.
Yeah, he's always had some awesome suits,
Yeah,
especially made, tailored, and spray painted. It. I don't know. I think he was one of those that always stood out because of his style. His style was always kind of his signature.
I know a lot of people probably wouldn't want to see this, but I kind of want to see Jimmy Hart in AEW. I know it probably couldn't happen. I bet he's got some type of Legends contract in WWE,
Yeah, I think he has a Legends
but
contract.
he was in TNA once, I believe. But like not Hulk Hogan, just Jimmy Hart, just for the record, just Jimmy Hart. I don't want to see Hogan right behind him. I don't know, like Jimmy Hart and FTR or something would be pretty cool.
That actually would be pretty cool. It'll fit right in because FTR kind of has that old school kind of style, and Jimmy Hart is totally old school. It'll be cool to see that.
I know they've tried getting Bret Hart, but I think WWE is still has like a Legends contract or something.
Hmm.
I wonder if that's why, because like CM Punk showed up at backstage at WWE. Well, first it was New Japan, then WWE, then Impact. So
Yeah.
he's doing all this stuff on purpose. Well,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking
Finley,
too. Like he knows what he's
what
doing.
the heck? Is that Finley? Yeah, it's
It's
Finley.
Fit Finley, the Belfast Beast.
I don't remember him like this. That's Finley, all right. He was mean. Like I've seen a lot of his training stuff, and he's one
Yeah.
of the most meanest coaches you'll ever see.
Brad Armstrong, one of the Armstrong brothers. Road Dog, that's his brother. Road Dog Jesse James.
There's a lot of people, a lot of old school people in on this episode.
Yeah.
But I know Triple H tried to mend things with Triple H out of all people and the Miz. I never knew he had.
Yeah.
I never knew he had beef against with the Miz.
Me neither.
Uh,
That was fascinating to find out.
yeah, and he cleared the air with the Miz and talked with Triple H a little bit. But it's great to see that he's out of all people, the Miz trying to make amends with.
Yeah.
Uh,
And this is how you know that Vince is around. He didn't want
yeah,
CM Punk anywhere in that building at all. In fact, he made sure that he didn't get anywhere near him.
no, I'm sure Vince didn't want to have to hear the truth because I still respect CM Punk more than I do Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they both can be assholes, but at least CM Punk will be honest with you when he's an ass.
And then I remember like I remember there was an interview and CM Punk predicted it. Like he said that like when Triple H first took over, he said like you don't think WrestleMania's ever like he's not gonna ever not have a say so in WWE. Like
Right.
CM Punk predicted it.
He's always going to be there around, no matter what.
Even in the pipe bomb, he said, "Well, of course, WrestleMania's not dead, but he said that his doofus son-in-law and his family will be taking over, and that's what happened.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it was pretty accurate.
Everything CM Punk says about the McMahon family ends up happening.
Yeah.
This is an old school match, and we don't see these guys regular. We don't see these guys often on WCW or what we've watched.
Yeah. It's actually pretty cool.
What did Finley used to carry around that thing he used to carry around on SmackDown and stuff?
The Shillelagh.
That hurts. That thing
Oh, I bet it does.
because
Oh,
I remember like watching him hit people with it and like that the sound of it like hitting someone's head.
that thud. Yeah. Oh, stiff European uppercut. That's one thing about Finley, man. He was stiff in the ring.
He was stiff
He
in the
he
ring.
would lay it
That's
in you.
that's probably why he's a pretty tough coach.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to pick him as a coach,
If you ever get a chance, look up Fit Finley and Steven Regal. That was a hell of a fucking match. Those two beat the snot out of each other for real.
I bet it was because they both are pretty stiff,
Oh yeah, man. If you get a chance, look that up, man. That match was brutal.
especially both in their prime.
Yeah.
That'll be something to see. That probably would be it probably is a great recommendation to everybody watching. I'm probably going to watch that myself,
I mean, they were not pulling any punches, dude. They were laying it in. They were knocking the hell out of each other. It was awesome. It's that British style, you know.
yeah.
And I've seen old tapes of Finley when he would wrestle overseas. Like old tapes when he would just beat the hell out of people. Oh,
Gordon, will there be 85 Forever Gaming on here? I plan on it when the game's out.
If they
Uh,
ever decide to release it.
it looks like some of it's seen on Twitter that they've released a lot more stuff. I know on Xbox people are able to pre-download the game.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're able to do that pre-download a game, but they're able to download it. And
Yeah, you can still download it.
they've shown like they got all their achievements on there now, and they've they kind of confirmed some new characters that's going to be on the game. Because like a lot of the achievement stuff, they got pictures of wrestlers who they haven't announced. Christian's going to be in the game. Dustin Rhodes, best friends are going to be in it. Miro, Lance Archer. Uh, those are the ones that weren't confirmed to be in a game that now are. Uh, but from what I've seen on Twitter and stuff, that the game is supposed to come out on June 29th or around Forbidden Door weekend. They're
Oh,
gonna
hopefully so.
they're gonna take that with a grain of salt. Uh,
Right.
but for them to go ahead and put a lot of the achievements out, and people are like able to like they're in like it's only for Xbox, but people are able to upload the game onto their console. So for them to be able to do that, they must be planning on releasing the game pretty soon. I was at my local GameStop and I seen someone putting sleeves in like the DVD case, and they're putting AEW Fight Forever, uh, putting the case in the like you know what I mean, like the
On the showcase or the display case.
yeah, like they were going ahead and putting them in, like they had like a whole box of them. They were just putting sleeves in all of them. So they
Oh,
must be
okay.
so they must be getting ready to release the game pretty soon. But uh, but there will be some gaming on here, Gordon. Uh, I've always wanted to do that. Do AEW like not really WWE because like an actual AEW licensed game. Uh,
Yeah.
I've been looking for that ever since day one of AEW. And we're getting really hopefully we're close to having the game physically in our hands. Uh,
Fingers crossed.
hopefully that no more delays or anything, but I have a good feeling about it now. What'd that guy do? Blow his knee out?
Oh, I don't know. They went right over the top though.
The way he's walking, he's not walking right. I remember there was one guy on SmackDown, Dave Taylor, and he blew out his knee.
Ugh,
He tore his ACL, meniscus, and all of it.
that really sucks, man. To do all that injury at the same time. I mean, not. Jeez, it's painful though if it was to happen.
Yeah.
I've gone through injuries, not that severe, but I know for a fact that's probably some of the worst pain you can ever feel.
Yeah, his name was Dave Taylor. He was. I don't know if he wrestles still not now or not, but he blew it all out. He was a tag champion too. I don't know what happened with all that. I'm sure if you look him up, you see a lot about him.
Yeah, I know who Dave Taylor is. Yeah.
Yeah, he blew. There's one match on SmackDown, and he blew his knee out. Oh, Fit Finlay pulls out the win. That was a pretty decent match. I like that match.
I do too. That was awesome.
That other guy had to blow his knee out. I don't know if he's selling. He's doing a really good job of it, but
Yeah.
I'm always looking for Regal. We might be
Yeah,
getting him.
this is before Regal and him had that fight. I'm not sure if it was on Nitro. I think it may have been on Nitro. So we might be seeing that fight pretty soon here on the channel.
He was calling him out. We might get to see it on here.
Yeah, I
Commercial.
remember seeing that when I was younger, man. That was probably one of the most hard hitting matches I've seen at that time because they were going at it for real. It was pretty cool.
No. Speaking of AEW's gaming and stuff, uh, there's one match that's gonna be on there. I can't wait to play. This is the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match.
Awesome.
I wonder if it's actually going to go. I would hope in a game that goes off right. I would hope that would be really stupid. So like it does exactly like it did in real life. Like
That'd
this
be
little spark.
funny.
That would be funny. That would be. But I'm curious. I'm curious to play that match to
Me
see
too. Now that you mention it, I want to play
because
that now
like
too.
games like that, especially like those matches aren't common to actually be able to play. In WWE
Yeah,
games, that's never been an option. Uh, thanks for commenting, Gordon. You've been one of the main people watching tonight. And
yeah,
Davis,
appreciate it.
what match are you going to play first? I've said it a few times, but CM Punk and Owen Hart. I know CM Punk is still going to be on the game, and Owen Hart's supposed to be a playable character.
Hmm.
So that's one of the matches I want to do first. What about you, Mr. Jacobs?
I wanna put CM Punk and Kenny. I
That
wanna
would be
do that.
good. No, like there's a lot of matches you could do. CM Punk and Owen Hart's one of my top ones, but CM Punk and Kenny Omega is a dream match in real life. I mean, that's gonna be really cool to play it on a video game. That's gonna be really
Yeah,
really cool.
I can't wait. Honestly,
Then th- I'm pretty sure Brody Lee is gonna be in the game. Brody Lee versus Brody Lee versus Sting would be pretty cool.
wow, that would be cool.
I hope that power is going off the way it should be. I don't know. I don't know. That look. I don't know. That look different.
Because I've noticed here and there his pyro's been kind of off.
Yeah. What about everyone else? If you're when you play the AEW Fight Forever game, what match do you want to play? As soon as you get the game, what match are you playing? Oh, and the the Young Bucks are confirmed for the game. That that's not really a shocker that they're going to be in the game,
Yeah.
but uh, but I was really shocked to see that Lance Archer is going to be in the game. Best friends are going to
Oh,
be.
that's cool though.
Sammy's going to be in the game. Dustin Rhodes. Like in the achievements, they show a lot of pictures of people.
Be right back. Gonna take a bathroom break.
All right, it's the main event already. We're 30 minutes in. And it's the episode's a total of 47 minutes. So yeah, this is probably the main event. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Computer keeps on going dark. I wonder who's gonna because Ric Flair just won this belt at the pay per view. And tomorrow is gonna be a lot of news of AEW. We're gonna see a lot of tomorrow is when Collision's supposed to be announced. AEW's new TV deal, possibly even a streaming deal or streaming service. Uh, Potentially the return of CM Punk tomorrow is going to be announced. It's going to be a big day for AEW for sure. News all around AEW is going to be dominating the news tomorrow. Hopefully that spikes them in the ratings too. With all these big announcements, it's going to give them a big spike. Uh, but it's going to be interesting to see what all gets announced tomorrow. Ooh, Ric Flair, Randy Savage on the outside. I feel like Randy Savage is going to win the belt back in this one. When Savage is already out in the barricade, got pulled out. Referees should be counting. A lot of people criticize AEW referees, but it looks like in this match they're not either. Um, well, is he going to chase Miss Elizabeth, or was that Nance Benoit? For me, Omega versus Brody. That would be a pretty good match. That match has never happened. Uh, Kenny Omega and Brody Lee. That's a different matchup, and it'd be interesting to see uh, them two go at it because those are two guys that you wouldn't think of going against each other. Brody Lee and Kenny Omega.
All right, I'm back.
You got woman out here.
Just came and just raked his eyes for good measure.
And there's Ric Flair that sits back again.
Yeah, that same one.
Like, last episode or the pay per view, he didn't have it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It was gone then and it came back.
That must be a big. I would say a bruise, but golly. As fun as it sounds, I want to hear the backstory about that. Yeah, but it never works out. Ric Flair going to top rope.
It never works.
One of these days, I'm going to get it. That's what his mindset is. One of these days.
For the life of me, I don't think Ric Flair's ever hit a move off the top rope. And he's always tried.
No, this is a proper figure four leg lock.
That's how, yeah, exactly. That's how you do it. I don't see how Flair can bump on that cyst, man. I'll be so afraid it's gonna pop.
That would hurt if it busted.
Oh,
He's already been on the ropes for over 5 seconds.
Savage has that locked in. He's not even. He starts. Oh man, this referee. He keeps restarting the count.
Sleeper hold. Side suplex. I can't stand his counting. I don't know about Nick Patrick. I get on my nerves sometimes. Like he's not making an effort to count.
No, he'll start counting, then he'll stop, and he'll restart his own count.
Yeah, like the only way, like I used to do that, but the only reason I would be doing it is unless they're outside and you're about to hit
That's a
the
logical
10.
reason. That's a
You're,
logical reason to do it.
you're about to hit 10, and they're not in the ring. But you know in the back of your mind, you know the finish. You know the finish of the match, and that's not the finish. Is a count out. So But other people's telling you if they don't get back in, just to count them out. But if you do, you're gonna get a lot of heat from a lot of people.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a it's a messed up situation when that happens.
You'll get in trouble for doing your job.
But basically, but Bryce Remsburg had a story like that one time, and he counted them out. And like that wasn't the finish of the match either, but they weren't in by 10. So you
I
know,
mean, I think as a referee, you have to call an
yeah,
audible if somebody isn't in their right spot. You're gonna have to you got to do you got
as
to do
long
what you
as
got to do.
as long as you're loud enough and they hear you and you're still not, it's on them. But when you do count them out, you'll still get yelled at for doing basically what you said. You get yelled at for doing your job, basically.
Jeez.
But obviously, the situation I'm talking about is a lot different than what he's doing right now in the ring.
Yeah.
He's just restarting counts for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. For no reason at all.
Another figure four leg lock. This time, Flair's got it in.
Yep. This woman screaming again.
Golly. Shut up, woman. Oh, that don't look right.
Oh.
Irish whip. Still works. Backside. Ooh, that was going to be a good clothesline if Flair would have got that. He was rearing back for a good one. Ric Flair has one of
Oh.
the he has some of the best chops.
Oh yeah. Oh. Savage just spit in Ric Flair's face.
Yep, he did.
Oh, that's gross.
Guess he wasn't cool.
That's not cool.
Who got a lot of jabs in this? So that
Oh,
what
up and
time stamp
over.
are you at?
Right now I'm at 41:37.
Yeah, about to say.
And Flair just flipped out of the ring. He
Oh,
got clotheslined.
top rope. Now Miss Elizabeth's back out.
Oh. Macho
Oh,
caught it.
turn around. One,
Do your job,
two.
Ref.
Did he get it?
I think he got
Well,
it. I
no, he
think
just
woman
broke
hit
that
him. I
count.
think woman hit him too.
Oh, Arn Anderson. Uh, He got. I don't know what happened.
I could have swore he got the three.
What
Wait
the?
a second, man. I
Didn't
could have
talk.
sworn that Nick Patrick counted the three for Macho and that bell rung. I could have sworn that happened.
It looked like he counted three. The same thing like he did in the steel cage match. That was a three.
That was
Like,
totally a three.
like the way he counts is the reason. If he wouldn't count like that, who's this?
The booty man.
What the? Out
It's
of
Hogan's
anyone,
homeboy, Ed Leslie, the
out of
Booty
anyone,
Man. But this week he's the Booty Man. Last week he was a Zodiac.
damn, his whole character flipped real bad, like
Oh
drastically.
yeah.
It flipped. What the heck? I'm not used to seeing him like this. Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior in the one.
That's exactly what it is.
There has been a three.
Man,
It's
I know if that was a three, dude. He counted three. I heard three.
2 times in a row he's done that to him. Wait, what's happening? Ric
Oh,
Flair
Ric
again.
Flair's he's
Again.
storming the commentary booth again.
How much you want to bet if he gets it at Bischoff's headset, he's going to break it again?
That is the most fragile pair of headphones I've ever seen.
Those are not cheap.
No, they're not. Those are pretty expensive.
Oh, he said, I've had it. I've had it.
It's a booty man. What is he doing? I don't. Ed Leslie, man, with all these characters, I get
This is not a
lost.
war zone. This is. Oh, look at Bobby.
Bobby's out of there. He got the hell out of there. He took off running. I've never seen him run that fast.
Once he saw Hogan coming, he was out of there.
He was gone.
Mean Gene, the commentary, the commentary booth is chaos right now.
I think there's a headset that's broken on the table.
Yeah, I see it.
The headphones don't stand a chance when they're around.
Yeah, if any wrestler gets, if it's Ric Flair or especially Ric Flair, they end up broken. Then he just puts them on and still talks to them.
I mean, how hard is it to put on a pair of headphones? How do they break them so easily? Booty, 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 booty,
Oh
man.
God!
Oh, that's the dumbest name ever. I don't get
Well,
why they call him the Booty Man.
I mean, I have any name you could give him.
Out of all the names in the world, they picked the Booty Man.
Chaos.
That was a pretty eventful episode.
Yeah, that ending was something else. Savage got screwed twice. That referee is behind it.
Completely behind it.
He's on the Ric Flair agenda to getting paid
He's
off.
paid off. He's paid off.
That was a good episode. I actually liked episode 25 a little bit better than 24. Uh, but they both were equally good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought they were both pretty fun.
yeah, they both were really good. I think I like the both endings resulted in chaos towards the end. The
Yeah,
broke headphones, all like the past two episodes, everyone's ended up at the commentary booth with like like every time Ric Flair is in the comment like that, he should just be a commentator at that point. Like so he
yeah.
can break them all the time. But yeah, that was a pretty good. I thought both episodes were pretty good. Yeah, I would say probably the episode 20 it's hard to say which. It felt like I don't know. It felt like they both had a lot of wrestling base more than talking.
Yeah, yeah, which is a good
Uh,
thing.
yeah, because some episodes you'll get a little bit more of talking, or a little bit of a lot of wrestling, or a little bit of both. I feel like these two, there was a lot more wrestling than like promos and backstage interviews and stuff.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I thought they both were really good. Uh, we'll be back tomorrow for our AEW Dynamite live reaction. Tomorrow's going to be a very eventful day for AEW. A lot of news is going to be breaking out tomorrow. It's the Warner Media upfronts. So we'll possibly be getting the AEW Collision announcement,
yeah,
AEW's new deal with Warner Media Discovery that will lead into Collision. We'll probably get an AEW streaming service deal, and possibly even they might be announcing CM Punk's return ahead of time. Uh, so
possibly.
yeah, so tomorrow's going to be a lot of it's going to be a lot of eventful news for AEW, and hopefully that reflects in the ratings too. Like all this news coming
Hopefully.
out, people watch. But tomorrow's gonna be a very eventful day. And of course, we got Dynamite tomorrow, the actual show. But news wise, it's gonna be going crazy. Uh, yeah, then we'll be back for ROH Thursday. I'm assuming Rampage is on Friday at regular start time. I'm assuming. I don't know what start time it is, but if it is, we'll definitely be doing regular start time. But uh, hopefully, it's at regular start time at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. But yeah, we'll see you. Well, definitely check out the links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Spotify. Uh, I put a lot of new stuff on Spotify.
Yep, we had technical difficulties there. But yeah, there's a lot of new stuff on Spotify. I've actually been checking it out myself, and it's pretty awesome. So if you can, check us out on Spotify, All Elite Zone Podcast. Yep, there he is.
Sorry about that. I'm not feeling well right now. But in this, as Mr. Jacob says, a lot of new Spotify stuff. Uh, and definitely subscribe down below. What 334 subscribers? Um,
Yeah, he's a little under the weather, folks. Gotta bear with him. I have noticed all these new subscribers too. Thank you all. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And wait on him for a second to come back on to sign it off. Oh, okay. Well, folks. Like you said, please join us tomorrow for Dynamite, and please subscribe if you haven't. I've been Mr. Jacobs, and thank you all for watching. Peace.